What's going on, guys? Welcome to Completely Average Gaming, and welcome to this Anno 1800 tutorial for the very beginners. Those of you who are new to the game, new to this game specifically, and also to the Anno series as a whole, or just haven't played that much around with city builders and games like Anno. So those of you who are experienced MLG, MVP, VIP, all the other three-letter combinations you can think of, you might not find this all that exciting, all that learn-worthy. You probably won't get that much out of watching the video, but you might have some very important, very useful feedback for those who haven't seen you or haven't played the game a lot. So be sure to check out the comment section. Maybe you can leave your thoughts down there as well in order to get more views, more tips, more tricks on the whole Anno 1800 this experience. But without further ado, let's get cracking. First thing that will happen is you'll obviously set up your game, and if you haven't set up a custom game, you'll have Fog of War on the entire map, as you can see down here in the corner. I have turned that off in the custom settings, but if you don't do that and you play on normal or on hard or advanced, I think the middle one is, then you won't have you won't see anything other than your own island, which is this one for us right now. So what you could do then is to go out and explore using your ship. If you play on normal, at least you start with a flagship like this one, and just, you know, send it around. And you can shift right click in order to give it a series of commands. So now it will go over to here. It will then go over to, or hang on, we'll go over to there, followed by there, and that corner, and then come back here. Now it goes in a patrol route going all that way, and it will come back here and we'll stop at the last order we gave it. You'll also start with this view looking like this, which makes it hard to build anything. There's no build options. But if you look here, there's an entire menu just for construction. So if you click that, you'll see you get some more options. Don't worry, there's more options than this, but this is just the initial buildings, initial things you can build. Once you build on, you will unlock higher tier people, and that will have its own little buildings and its own little demands that you need to fulfill. Right now we're starting with farmers, and that's the first tier of people you have in your city, in your settlement, on your island. Alright, so when you place stuff down, what I like to do is I like to place the market first. Say here, and you can see the grid lines there as to where it will have its area of influence. If I put that there, I can select the house here. I could drag that out like so. I'm just holding and dragging the left mouse button, and I can let it go. There we go. We've just built some houses. Now these people also need some roads to walk on, some roads to travel on. So we'll go ahead and just give them that, I suppose, like that. And you also want to connect that up to your harbor over here, which is the docks. I got uncertain what it's called. Bad tutorialness. Trading post apparently. Oh well. There we go. That's that connected up. That's not a lot of houses. We only have 2 farmers without any jobs right now. That ain't much. Now these houses at the rear here, you can see them. They have sort of these. We need some more stuff going on. That's because they need more. They need a road going past it. We'll get some other complaints as well. That usually disappears unless you actually have a issue with some of your some of the happiness needs or regular needs of your citizens. You can select any house and you can have a look at what they need. Right now they have a market, which makes them happier. It also makes the more of these needs you have fulfilled, more people will live in each and every house. Houses and population in general gives you income, right? So they pay taxes, basically. All right, so that's the whole setting up your market, setting up your initial constructions of houses. We also touch upon how you move your camera around, because at least when I jump into a game like this, try to control it with WASD. That does nothing except for selecting some buildings and some construction options. Like, for example, the small warehouse, or the demolish tool, the bulldozer. That's not what you want, though. So you can use the arrow keys like that. You can hold right mouse button, pan around, or edge scroll. with your mouse like that. All right, so I've constructed a little bit ahead, and we're still losing money. Well, there's a couple of things we can do about that, so we'll get to that. We'll start making money, because making money is very important if you want to stay afloat, keep playing, that kind of jazz. So first things first, over here I've built 2 fishing piers. You can find them here. They're just a simple one building, one off kind of deal. But over here we have something a little bit more interesting. We have 2 lumber mills. There's no lumber mills over here. Are they called lumber mills? Just so I don't... Lumberjack's hut. Oh, well. Then we have a sawmill over here. Aha, I nailed that in the word. Beautiful. The thing about these 2, or these 3, is that these produce every 15 seconds. Both of these does. Whilst this one produces every 15 seconds as well. But right here we get 2 production per 15 seconds, meaning this isn't a perfect ratio. It will still work. We'll start saving up some of that logs over here, wood. Sorry, over here, but we won't be able to convert it into timber fast enough. So what we could do is we could build another timber facility, for example, there, right next to the other one, and that will basically double our production of timber from what we had, which is awesome. Furthermore, this is used to build stuff, like timber, steel, and bricks, and windows later on are used to build stuff. So you might want to make sure that you have a ample production in order to build what you want, so you don't have to sit around and wait for it to come around. We'll just slow time down a little. Now, when we're talking about making sure that we make money, one of the things I like to do is I like to click either the market, have a look at what's going on over here, or one of the houses to see what what kind of needs we are fulfilling, what we could do more of, or change in a different way. As you can see here, people are quite unhappy right now because we don't have a pub. That is fixable, and was one of the things we're going to do. But I want to touch upon one more object as well before we do that, and that is the small trading hub. You can also click a small warehouse, of which we have one over here. If you click one of these, you can see that we have wood, timber, and fish is going up, so we're storing more than we're consuming of those, which is good, because that means that we don't have to worry about these for now. We could rather focus on, for example, getting schnapps. Can't even say it. Getting schnapps up. Because schnapps is consumed by a pub. So let's go ahead and put a pub in. I want the pub more or less in the middle. So what we'll do is we'll select the demolish tool right here. We'll demolish. I think we'll have to demolish all of that. Come to think of it, we'll demolish these ones instead. There we go. And then we can click this building, and then we'll hold the left mouse button and move it over. That way we don't have to pay for it again. And the buildings I removed were only blueprints. They haven't costed us anything. These things have not cost us anything. They're just blueprinted out. So it's kind of a plan for where we want things to go. So things we want right now is the fire station, this one, and the pub. So we'll start with the pub. We'll smack that in there. Beautiful. People won't get all that happy just yet because this isn't supplying anything as of now. But we're working on it. So in order to make schnapps, we'll need a potato farm. We'll put that over here, for example. Now, the potato farm, as it is right now, doesn't produce anything. But if you click it, you can see it has no warehouses in range. That's not the one we're looking for. It usually also has one of these icons where the no warehouses are. And if you select that one, you can start building out a farm land around it. Sort of like this. Module limit reached. Alright, so that, and then hook you up to the road, and you should stop complaining about everything. Look at that. And then we'll need to make the potatoes into schnapps. So we'll put the schnapps distillery right there, and we can have a look at the ratios as well. You take 30 seconds, you produce every 30 seconds, so that's a perfect ratio. Beautiful. Furthermore, we could also do the same for clothes right away, because these people will require clothes. If you click the market, you see all the things that the market offers. Whilst if you click on a house, you see all the things that particular household needs or wants. So for example, a farmer will want something different and to be honest, less than say a worker, which is the next tier, or artisan, which is the tier after workers again. So we'll go ahead and we'll put down some wool production as well. Right now I'm just working in this area right here. What you might want to do when you're playing the game yourself is to expand out towards out around the island a little bit more. But you'll figure that out yourself. I'm not going to give you like the there's not like one specific way that is right, one specific way that is wrong. So do it as you see fit yourself. You can also do the same thing with tiles such as this one, where you just select it first and then click and drag it to where you want it. There we go. And now we have sheep farm production. You can see that when I click this, it has a green line going over to this building, which is the warehouse. The warehouse is the building that sends out horse carriages and collects resources. And whatever gets collected by a warehouse is added to your global inventory, even though it has a limited amount of range. The trading port here as well also has a range. So for example, I would imagine these fishing huts going straight into the trading post instead. Beautiful. We now have our sheep production. Let's get our textile production as well. You can see the difference between various different buildings down here. For example, a fishery, no arrow up top. But the schnapps and the work clothes both have these little arrows on top, meaning they are a production chain. Whereas this fish, which is just a building production. So it's a one-off. Hope that made sense. Beautiful. And now we'll see if we can't make a profit right here. We are getting schnapps. That is beautiful. What are you missing wool? That's common. So nothing to worry about there. We can have a look at the ratios while we wait. 30 seconds there. And 30 seconds there. So that's a perfect ratio again. Pretty good with the perfect ratios. Another thing though. You can see here this... okay, that was all of a sudden laggy. You can see this little bunch of people right here. If you click the star here, or the group of people, they have a quest for you. Farmers offer you a delivery quest. Sure. And then you have it over here in the quest book. Provide the resident with 15 tons of wood. Yes, we'll just deliver it. Beautiful. This is a person which is equipped to a ship. In order to equip that person to a ship, you select... shoot, we need our ship back. If you don't know where your ship is specifically, just click this button right here. Select the ship. Order it back. Is it right, like right outside of here? No. Nope. Alright. Alright, so our ship has returned just as we're about to break profit up here, which is awesome. Now, in order to equip the mate we just got, you select a ship that is within range of a trading post, and you hit the transfer menu and hit items instead of goods, and there you go. That's our mate that we got from finishing off the mission from our lovely farmers. And he is now equipped to the ship, and he provides various different bonuses. For example, on expeditions, he provides 10 navigation and 5 fours. He also has 100% self-repair ability. So that's nice. Now what you want to do for these buildings right here, as you can see, they are not built right now. They're just blueprints. So if I hit here, we'll build that building. But that's kind of, it's going to take a while. So what you can do instead is hit the upgrade button right here. And just do that, and you'll build all the houses within the catchment of your box. This is also used for upgrading to a later house type. For example, workers. Workers have a different house, the upgraded house from the farmers. And if you have this tile right here, and you want to upgrade it, select the upgrade tool and upgrade it. Just like that. Pretty simple. And there you have it. We now have enough money to make a profit. We are making a profit, meaning we, things are going the right way. We also are in the position of being able to upgrade our houses to workers. There we go. So we now have workers in our village. They provide more income. They have more needs than your regular farmer, but they do well. And they do provide us with a different kind of workforce, which is used for different buildings, and they also unlock a whole bunch of other buildings that we didn't have before. For example, the paved street has a increased movement speed on it, so that's useful. And you have your second construction material here, which is the clay, which is turned into bricks, which is the middle icon right here, which appears once you've upgraded to workers, and you have to put the clay pits on top of clay pits, basically. That's going to wrap up this tutorial. By this point, you will have noticed the things you need to do in order to make a profit, in order to you know, make a self-sustaining, self-sufficient little island outpost. There's still tons to learn, and there's tons to discover in the game. We haven't even touched upon, you know, the islands of other people. We haven't touched upon combat or any of that jazz. So right now, it's just the very beginnings of your own humble island adventure in Anno 1800s. So I hope you found it useful. If you did, consider hitting that big like button on it. If you have any thoughts, comments, suggestions, or questions, maybe you have some additional tips, some additional feedback, some additional pointers for those who are new to either Anno 1800, or, you know, the whole genre as a whole. Leave that down below in the comment section. I'm not perfect. I'm sure there's tons of stuff I've forgotten that I've left out that is, you know, useful for some people who just want other tips, more tricks. Beautiful. Now, if you haven't already and you're new to the channel, consider hitting that big red subscribe button, maybe even the bell next to it, in order to stay up to date with all things average, which is, you know, I do everything average, so there's that. But for now, I've been average, you've been awesome, and I'll see you next time. Cheerio. Alright, one last little bonus tip for those who stuck around to the end. If you right-click your mouse on anywhere, basically, you get a quick selection build menu. So you can just select, for example, the market, or you can select the sawmill, and you can build it straight from there. You can also select the farmers houses right there, which is useful. You can also lock it in place. That way it will stay there no matter what you do. If I now click right over here, nothing happens. If I unlock it, it will move to over there, or to over here. Beautiful. Thank you so much for watching.